I'm Rory and my magazine title is Reloaded. Now, I based my music magazine, I got some ideas and inspiration mainly from magazines like Kerrang and Rock Sound and Q, but I wanted to make something a little bit different. I didn't want something as aggressive looking as Kerrang, but just a little bit more aggressive looking than Q. I didn't want it as sophisticated as Q. So I thought I'd create something different, and I based a lot of my ideas on my first target audience survey. My target audience being 16 to 24-year-olds. I felt it would be more successful to that age group. And I based my main article and main feature on the band here, the Peeping Toms, which I felt was an effective name for a band. I felt it was quite modern, and I needed a rock band. I felt a rock band would be more effective as a main artist compared to a single artist. I felt a rock band would fit in well with the age group. They could identify with certain traits of the group. And I added some effects from Photoshop on the front cover, sort of crack effects around the main image, to try and make it seem like they were coming out of the magazine. To make it like their music was standing out a bit. I added a main article cover line, the Peeping Toms back with a vengeance. I felt that with the main article, the main story would be that they would come back together as a group rather than already an existing group. I felt it would work better. I felt I would have a lot more to talk about. The contents page, I did a double spread contents page. I felt it would cover a lot more of what I wanted to actually put down compared to a single page of contents. I figured I could add features only added in this month's magazine, and then regular features that are featured in every magazine. I also added illustrators with logos of certain signs, like it's recyclable, familiar with ABC. I also added letters from the editor with a girl called Lydia, who is the editor. The main article picture again, also the guys just hanging out, having a good time. Felt it sort of said something like, you know, people want to really read on. With the double page spread, I changed the main font. I thought perhaps maybe the same font for the content and the main article would be a bit monotonous. I added some pull quotes from the interview being in white and the guys in red. They're explaining their past experiences and why they broke up but why they got back together. And with my audience feedback, they said that it was a good story and it went well with the band, and that it was more effective. They felt like they wanted to read on. And they also said that the band, the Peeping Toms, was a very realistic name, and they appreciated that. They said that they worked together well. It went with the band's house style. And so basically I used various programs and websites to make my magazine. Obviously Photoshop was the main thing I used. I also used Facebook to distribute survey and blogger websites around pages to advertise my magazine and survey. I also used SlideShare to upload many PowerPoint presentations showing step-by-step guides of my work and how it all came together. And originally I had a lot of changes to the whole magazine. The dark colour was a very sort of dark blue, and there were a lot of things moved about. There were cover lines here and there, but after some audience feedback and some extra help I received, I felt that things would work better if you know, the cover lines would be perhaps at the bottom altogether, barcode as well, and that the main image actually stood out with nothing getting in the way of them. I also added a sort of pull quote selling line as well, which was the UK's best-selling music magazine. Not sure if I'd know about that, but I would obviously hope it was. And since the creation of the preliminary task, the CD cover, I felt that I could really see where my improvements were compared to that. Obviously that happened months ago. I could see what effects I used and how I changed things and developed things to make a full-blown magazine.
Okay, thank you. I've got a couple of questions.
Yeah.
So on completion of your magazine, you then presented the magazine to your audience or to a group of
Yeah.
How did you do that?
How I presented the magazine?
Yeah.
Well, I used Blogger, of course, but I also used Facebook as well. I had some images on SlideShare, SurveyMonkey.
So you use SurveyMonkey to ask the questions?
I used SurveyMonkey to distribute the surveys and set up the surveys for my audience.
And this was after your magazine was finished?
Yeah.
To get
but I also set one up before the magazine was finished, before I actually started the magazine topic, to get a few of just what I could put in the magazine, because I based the magazine generally on the audience feedback. They felt it would work better. They preferred a number of artists, like band, compared to one single artist.
So let me get this right. You preliminarily put a rough draft of the magazine out there, got feedback, and then made changes according to the feedback.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. And have they seen it since it's completed?
They've seen it since it's completed. It's had positive responses. Had a few changes as well that they would have liked to have made to the magazine. Perhaps made things a little different to the text, for example. But yeah, a genuine, very good response.
Where's it going to be sold?
I would try and distribute this to IPC Media, because they have existing magazines like Kerrang! And Rock Sound.
As a consumer, where am I going to buy it?
You would buy it in many supermarkets, corner shops, places like that.
Absolutely mainstream magazine.
Yeah, hopefully in front of Kerrang! And Rock Sound, competing with the top brands.
Great, that was my next question. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks.